Hi Libra, Ascendant, Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, and those of you cross-watching, welcome to your Tarot Love Messages. In today's reading, we're going to take a look and see what messages are coming up for you in terms of love and romance for the week ahead. It is going to be a general reading, guys, so please just keep that in mind. If you are after personalized tarot reading with myself, please feel free to reach out and inquire. I will list my email address below the video. Otherwise, let's go ahead, give the cards a shuffle, and let's see what's coming up for you. Balance seems to be a reoccurring theme, okay? You need to bring out something into the open here, guys. You've been getting some sort of vibes or some sort of, intuitive associations. Your intuition has been trying to tell you something about a person, about a situation, about a romantic connection, or perhaps your relationship. Don't ignore that. You've been having some very strong intuition about a person or about a situation here, and basically, the energies here and the cards here are asking you to probe those feelings, because it's coming from somewhere. It's not made up. Energy doesn't lie, okay? And it feels like there is some sort of imbalance. So for some of you, your intuition it's always wanting to guide you in the right direction. It's always wanting what's best for you. But a lot of the times people ignore their intuition because simply for the fact that their intuition may be right. There is some sort of imbalance or some sort of injustice, some sort of there's an energy of deception or dishonesty or deceit, and you're ignoring that. Okay, you're feeling it, and it's manifesting itself in different ways, maybe through action, through words, through behavior, through someone's, energy, their intentions. But it feels like you're ignoring it because, you want to believe in the best in this person. You want to give this person the benefit of the doubt, or, you want to, maybe you have in the past, you've made excuses, and it's something that you've grown quite accustomed to doing, and then you keep on doing it. So, the High Priestess is most certainly asking you to probe your feelings a little bit further, because the High Priestess is also about secrecy, isn't it? And, the cards obviously here with the Six of Pentacles as an imbalance. There are two very different figures depicted in the image here. There's the one that is the giver, the one that is the taker. But notice how the scales unbalanced, indicating to us a lack of balance, a lack of equilibrium. So someone here is giving, the other person is taking, but there's no balance. So someone here is taking more than they should, okay, or is not giving enough as they should. Seven of Swords is an energy of deception. Someone here is doing something that they know they probably shouldn't be doing, but yet guess what? They've got their fingers crossed and they're hoping to get away with it. Nine of Swords is an energy of guilt, an energy of shame, being kept up at night. It's worry, it's recurring thoughts, recurring nightmares. It's something that, it's like this dark cloud that follows someone everywhere they go, and they can't shake the thought. It's also very reoccurring due to the repetitious swords here. So, and you've got the Justice, which is all about karma, which is all about truth, cause and effect here. So for some of you, it just, you might be involved with someone who isn't necessarily they're not who they say they are. You might be in a situation and it's not what it seems, okay? Your person might be painting a very different picture of what the two of you have or what they want for the connection, and they're not being honest with you. The deceit and deception could also lie with you though, okay? Maybe you're the one that's being dishonest and deceitful, and your guilty conscience is finally catching up to you, and you feel, really weighed down by guilt, regret, and shame, but you just don't know how to communicate it to your loved one here, to your romantic interest. Maybe you've stopped loving them and you've been, disloyal and dishonest here. You've been maybe having affairs, emotional or even physical affairs here. intimate affairs with, you know, someone else, but you can't bring yourself to tell this person the truth. It's, you know, it's something needs to be brought out into the light, because there's secrecies that are being kept here. But, you know, if it's a secret, it's probably something you shouldn't, or they shouldn't be doing, right? So the other thing is the High Priestess, she could represent an emotional love affair that doesn't necessarily or hasn't yet manifested in the physical sense. So, you know, someone here could be very flirtatious with a romantic energy that they're not involved with, okay, but they're flirting up a storm with this person. So, for example, it could be you could be flirting up a storm with someone other than your person, other than your romantic energy. Or your romantic energy is, you know, flirting up a storm with someone else who isn't you. So, and it, you know, it's not necessarily a physical affair, but it is emotional cheating, because it's an emotional love affair. So, you know, the Justice is asking you, or is asking your person here, to take personal responsibility for their actions, because every action ultimately is going to have a reaction, and every action will have a consequence. Even a lack of action will also have a consequence. So someone here is being urged to take, you know, personal responsibility, owe up to their mistakes, owe up to their dishonest actions, owe up to their deception here. If it's your person, and you know, if they've given you reason to mistrust them, if in the past they've hurt you, betrayed you, if you know this is someone who's capable of, lying and deception, and if you know that, this is what they're up to, you need to call them out, okay? Because not saying anything, you're essentially encouraging it, are you? By standing idly by, you're allowing it to happen. You know it's happening, but maybe you're afraid to speak up, or maybe you just don't want to face the consequences. You need to do it, because at the end of the day, you can't ignore, those unaddressed issues, whether they're emotional issues or, whatever the issue here, for you personally, this is something that cannot be ignored any longer, because it's mounting up. And even if you're just suspicious, even if you don't have any evidence, you need to have a conversation with them. You need to let them know how you feel, because your emotions are validated. You feel what you feel for a reason, okay? Even if you're being paranoid, you're allowed to, okay? You're allowed to feel that way. But it's important that you need to share it with your person here. There's definitely an imbalance. There may have been a shift, or there may, be this occurring shift in the energies. So someone is a little bit more invested in the connection than the other person. Someone is overcompensating for the other person's lack of efforts. How? By constantly doing too much in a relationship, by constantly giving too much of themselves. And maybe they're doing it because they know, this is someone who is losing interest. This is someone who is just, they're losing interest, or, they don't want to invest in the relationship as much. And this person here is, they're going ahead and doing something unhealthy, like ignoring and ignoring the issue at hand here. And furthermore, they are then overcompensating to make this person stay. Okay, it's not genuine, it's not sincere. So whoever this is, they need to be aware that their actions are not healthy, and they too will have consequences. It will backfire. Nine of Swords is this really heavy energy. There is some form of contact or communication that is coming in for you, or some contact or communication that should be happening, but for whatever reason you're avoiding it. Okay, so it's time to face the truth. It's time to be honest with yourself. It's time to be honest with this person here. It's time to call them out. It's time to take personal accountability, or call them out for their actions so that they can take personal accountability for their actions here. It's time to have that conversation that you've been avoiding. And, don't sweep it under the rug anymore. Don't push it back any later. The time is now. Because the longer you go on, the bigger it's going to build up, and the bigger the problem. It's just going to mount up on you. And the more pain and hurt it's going to cause you in the process, and you don't want that. And as painful as it might be to deal with it now, it'll be that much more painful dealing with it, you know, weeks or even months from now. Okay guys, these are your messages. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Please show your support by liking, sharing and subscribing to the channel. Bye.